Okay, it is that time again. We are up to episode number lucky 13. And boy, we're starting a little late tonight because I was, working for 11 hours. So, all right, well, let's not waste any time then, shall we? We seem to be on a collision course with the climax of the game. Yeah, last time we killed a big titty dark elf, unfortunately. She was, maybe if we were playing the evil route, maybe we could have just recruited her. But, nah. No drow allowed in this army. We're way too good for that. Uh, the Empire, declared us an autonomous region. Uh, the guy, our nemesis Cobalt was declared a terrorist and an outlaw. But the Empire doesn't want to deal with him yet. So, they're like, hey, you guys like doing things. You do it. So, the Glory Road. Wonder if this road has any holes in it. You know, potholes. What? What were you thinking? Get, get your mind out of the gutter. Wow, the enemy stacked up defenders like cordwood along this so-called Glory Road. No problem. I can lick 'em all. Ein, uh, phrasing? The mages appear to be in charge of this outfit. Kill those two Althea mages and move closer to the gate. Oh, that should be... You got a couple of zombos. Yeah, some Dullahans. Some bugs. That's a new level of bug with a lot of attack power. Yeek. The Morgue Raises are actually not that scary. The Althea Mages, not very scary. Yeah, winning a war without committing war crimes is hard. Yeah, it's hard work being ethical and not evil. And remember, we desire to be lawful good not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Yar. My doggo is taking a nice nap next to the PC. Probably enjoying that nice cool air from the fans blowing. I also have an actual standing floor fan um, in the corner behind the PC to help displace any hot air coming off the machine. And the whole room is designed so that there's plenty of space for the PC and electronics to breathe and for the air to move. so that the heat can be displaced somewhat efficiently. Which, now, this is a pretty small room. In fact, it's the smallest room in the house. So if I close the door to the office and I don't open a window, the heat can build up pretty hard in here. But as long as the door's open, it's not a problem. And, you know, since my ex-wife isn't around to complain about the noise, and insists I close the door all the time, I can just leave it open now. Oh yeah, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of her unofficially moving out, which was like 2 months before she officially moved out. And in later news, we should be getting, I mean, unless it already happened today, and let me actually check that. No, not yet. We should be getting a kind of timeline for releases for the next PoE League pretty soon-ish. Because I think the next league is supposed to be like the end of the month. I'm getting distracted. Yeah, you should play PoE again. Actually, Mercenaries League was really fun. If it wasn't obvious by how much I played, I enjoyed the crap out of Mercenaries League. And salutations, Exile. Well, you already got Origin Fighter unlocked. So, like, how much grubbling is there to do? And you've got like 40 bricks on hand. So you should be good for a while. And let's see, what did you send me? I see... Is this... Oh, Kitasan Black. Harikite Iko. Let's see here. He's using an Ivory Archon Mana Diver, though. But using the Byakko skin. Oh, but he starred Forte. So, alright, he's a good person. Let's see here. I would almost friend this guy. Let's see here. 250 Hades, 250 Zeus, 240 Zeph, 200 Titan, 200 Varuna, 230 Agni. But he ran... Alright. Alright, I can respect him. Yep, I figured, you know, that Forte was the reason. Also, this guy. Let's, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Wasting a lot of non-mage enemies. Yeah, I am. They are being very aggressive. We're gonna leave these zombos up here alive. But yeah, these Dullahans are being really aggressive, and they hit hard enough that I don't necessarily want to leave them. I don't want to leave too many of them standing. Like these gnats, for example, can hit really hard. Yeah, 21 damage to Brian right there. Good God. Also, some good news. The Grand Blue soccer team won its match today. Now, it was just a friendly, unofficial game. Oh, shit. I might have gotten a little aggressive with Shane right there. Ooh. Ow. We need to cast Remake 3 real quick. Like, right now. Otherwise, he's gonna get killed by one of those zombos on the next action, guaranteed. And level up for Eris. And we'll also move Brian up here so he can maybe pull some aggro since he has less than full HP. Can always use more gold bricks. I mean, yeah. Now, what's stopping you from, grinding Grubble, like on one screen while, doing, PoE on the other screen? Kana and Noe, yeah, Sasagane. For me, it's all about Erica. Erica is love, Erica is life. Yeah, you could like full auto Akasha on your phone while actually playing PoE on your PC. And grind bricks while you grind mirrors. And see which happens first. The answer might surprise you. The mages are up there. Am I complete with Fire Emblem? Other than random crits are fair and balanced, is the character permadeath is annoying from a gameplay perspective, while also having minimal narrative impact. In the earlier games, like the GBA games, for example, there are a number of stages where a character dying in battle affects the cutscene after that battle, and then it just never matters again. Leveling MMO characters while doing, yeah. I remember I was doing Horde Mode EX while playing PoE. It was actually pretty good. Horde Mode is fabulous. I love it. Because honestly, meat farming historically has been one of the worst parts of Guild Wars, I think. And they basically solved that now. You know, with the Estelucia story coming to an end at the end of the month, I'm actually curious what's going to be the next, like, saga of the story. Like, where do we even go from here? You know, especially with the, you know, the power level that the main character has achieved at this point. And, you know, if we're gonna be doing some kind of otherworld plot, then Janu really needs to become part of the canon crew, since she has some kind of anti-otherworld bane effect that's just inherent to her. Yeah, and when we get to Estelucia, or when we do the thing in Estelucia, do we actually get to, like, touch the Triforce and make a wish or something? Or, like, what's going to actually happen here? What is our great prize for getting to the edge of the universe? What about all the other people who got time hacked out of reality by otherworld shenanigans? You know, like that Phoenix Wright girl from the from Orly Grand. Also, there's like 3 more versions of Bahamut from Rage of Bahamut that we haven't fought yet. Like, Origin Bahamut and Inferno Bahamut, to name a few. Let's see here. Io and Eugen are dead. Catalina is dead. Rockham came back. I think, yeah, I think Rockham is with the party. I think? Or maybe not. I actually don't remember if Rockham is alive or not. I'm pretty sure Rosetta is dead. Because I think Io, Eugen, and Rosetta all died as a group. That was, yeah, in the battle with Animus. Or whatever it was. Yeah, yeah, Io, Eugen, I think it was Io, Eugen, and Rosetta were on a ship doing a thing, and, that ship got blown up. It was at least Io and Eugen on that boat. Rosetta might have been in a different subgroup and gotten killed somewhere else. So of the, let's see. The, yeah, as opposed to Catalina, you know, who died very much on screen. Yeah, you know, yeah, Eugen and Io kind of died more like the crew of the Yamato. Spoilers for a TV show from 50 years ago. You know, their ship blew up, and you know we didn't see them personally explode, but we watched an explosion go off in their face. No, and that there was nothing left when the dust cleared. And we did not see their parachutes, yeah. So they were just straight up KIA. Yeah, so pretty much the, almost all of the original main crew is dead. The other, like, hangers-on, like, Leisha and Monica are both alive. All the Luminary Knights. Other than maybe wait, I forget if Baragona is still alive. I think he is. Somehow. So all the Luminary Knights are alive. Yeah, Folia and Orchid are alive. Yeah, all the Orlegrand and Nalagrand people are alive. Most of Loki's crew is alive, except for Fenrir. Yeah, Loki's wounded, but he's an astral. He'll be fine. The Grand Cobalt Gate. Phew. Almost there. Watch out. These gate guards look tough as hell. Congratulations, rebels. No one expected you to make it this far. I must give you credit. Many of us have lost shells betting we would never see you darken the arch of our post. You have heart, but this will be your final battle. Really, asswipe? Then parade Kobold's renegade ass out here so we can be done with it. Fool, go ahead. Try to penetrate my Grand Cobalt Gate. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Come on, I'm waiting. Pick them off one by one and work your way to the gate. Alright, so it looks like we just need to probably move our whole force onto this rectangle right here. We should be able to, leave these two guns out here alive. Just work our way up the middle, probably kill these two guns. And then deal with these guys as we move into position. Also, the Jackals, they have 70 HP. Oh, and they have lightning resistance now. Ugh. So we can't just let Jeddah obliterate them. That's unfortunate. Also, here's an idea. With the Estelucia Triforce power, will we be able to safely sever the life link between Gran and Lyria? so we can finally have like a standalone Grand Lyria unit. You know, you know, uh, where she and Gran die at the same time if one of them is killed. Trust the plan. 2 more weeks, right? Ow. That hurt. I mean, Moranius, of all people, can take that kind of damage, so it's not such a big deal, but... What element would Lyria even be? You know, would she just continue to be main character element? Or would she actually get assigned to something? Alright. The Trooper is gonna Quadra Slice Moranius again for another 23 damage. Called it. And and then another big question, I guess, is what's gonna happen to Granddad? I mean, we know we're gonna be fighting Grandmom as the final boss of the story. Alright, Brian should attract fire from both guns. Oh, and the priest comes down to lend a hand. Sorry, but your dad is on a different island. Just a regular crit, not a super critical. Though, actually, EverQuest had two different versions of super criticals. One was called a Crippling Blow, which was actually just a pumped up crit that warriors could do while they were at low health. And the other was called a Cleanse, because the line of text that would pop up when it happened would say, so-and-so's holy blade cleanses their target, parentheses damage number. And that was something paladins could do against undead enemies. And it would, instead of a regular crit multiplier of like times 2 or something, it was more like times 30. And it was awesome. And level up for Jetta. Very nice. And let's see, what is this link you just sent me? Oh, I cast Fireball. Yep, I saw that the other day. That popped up on my YouTube feed. Much for Eldritch Blast. Gonna need some more search terms. Because there's just a lot of videos just talking about Warlock and whatnot. D&D song, Eldritch Blast, okay. From Bard Strike, Eldritch Blast Epic Metal Song. Oh, Eldritch Blast Bitch. Oh, that one, okay. And she's right, it's not a spell. It's a spell-like ability. Four beams in a row. That's some 5th edition bullshit right there. Or 5th edition. And hey, battle's over. Now, Eldritch Glaive back in 3rd edition. Now that was some real Warlock action. I feel like the 5th edition Warlock, by the way, is infinitely less interesting than the 3rd edition Warlock. You know, partly just because the lack of prestige classes in 3rd edition means you don't have access to things like the Hellfire Warlock. Which, yeah, if you just wanted to Eldritch Blast the universe into oblivion, Hellfire Warlock was the way you did that. The damage potential of that prestige class was insane. Now, it came at the expense of not really advancing the other stuff that a Warlock could do. You just doubled down on earth-shattering damage. The enemy will only become tougher as we proceed. Make sure no one perishes in battle. Well, we're doing that anyway there, Brian. Watch out. Cobalt has posted guards in all of the corridors. Hey, I'm just getting warmed up. Kill all the enemies in the building and seize control of the Grand Cobalt Gate. And the best part was, there was another good, actually, like, good aligned Warlock class, or Prestige class. What was it called? I gotta actually look up my D&D books. Because I know what book it's in. It was in Complete Arcane. I just don't remember what the class was called. At least I thought it was in Complete Arcane. Maybe not. Geometer. Though, Complete Arcane does have one of my favorite caster prestige classes, Initiate of the Sevenfold Veil, which was a whole class dedicated to prismatic spells. And, yeah, it's crazy good. And, oh, that's right, Complete Arcane just had the base Warlock in it. So yeah, Complete Mage then is where the Prestige class is. Enlightened Spirit, that's what it was. Yeah, it was a specifically good aligned Warlock Prestige class that would kind of turn you into a Celestial, basically. I won't say it was necessarily the best so let me just drop a save state. I won't say it was necessarily the best Warlock Prestige class, but it was pretty good, and it was flavorful if nothing else. And you know, and that was back when classes were actually alignment restricted, as they should be, by the way. I actively hate the fact that 5th edition D&D has basically just removed alignments in all but name. Like, yeah, there's a spot to put, you know, lawful, neutral, chaotic, good, neutral, evil on your character sheet. That doesn't mean anything anymore. Classes are not alignment restricted. Creatures do not really have typical alignments anymore. You know, because it's apparently racist now to say that illithids are typically evil. I mean, so like 3rd edition had non-lawful variants of monk, like for example the chaos monk that specifically had to be chaotic. Also gotta say, chaotic neutral is my least favorite alignment out of the 9. I hate chaotic neutral as an alignment so much. Because so many bad players use chaotic neutral as a license to just be lol so random murder hobo with no actual roleplay. Really hard. I mean, illithids are some of the most abominable creatures in the multiverse. Certainly within the confines of the material plane. And, like, how can illithids be horny? They don't sexually reproduce. And I don't think illithids even have genitals, for that matter. I'm pretty sure they spawn tadpoles asexually from the Elder Brain. Well, I mean, that makes sense because, you know, the higher somebody's mental stats are, the more delicious they are to an illithid when they suck their brain out. Which leads to some interesting ideas of, like, what happens if an illithid implants a tadpole into a different sort of creature. You know, by, like, you know, sucking the brain out of a dragon or something and implanting a tadpole in it. In, I want to say Lords of Madness, they had a few variations on this idea of, like, alternate illithids being created from non-humanoid entities. Now, depending on which piece of lore you're reading, and in what edition it comes from, it may or may not be possible for an illithid tadpole to actually take root and take over the body of different types of non-humanoid creatures. You know, since the rules of Ceramorphosis, you know, do kind of change from one block of lore text to another. But in Lords of Madness, for example, where's my Lords of Madness? Lords of Madness, which is a great book, by the way. One of my favorite monster manuals. Because it's just all about illithids and beholders and other really nasty stuff that you mostly see in the Underdark, or similar environments in other settings. Then you also get various player features and like prestige classes and feats for characters who specialize in fighting illithids and beholders and whatnot. And look, Shane leveled up again without getting any stats. He's had more statless level ups than I think anybody else in the Force. Maybe even more than the rest of the Force combined. I guess, yeah, in, too high a reflex. Now, in like, Pathfinder, or in 5th edition, or, yeah, what version of the game? It's like, getting not grappled in 3.5 is absolutely impossible. Like, unless you're an enormous strength-based, barbarian or something, you're just going to get grappled by everything, because most monsters that have some kind of grapple-based ability, like illithids, usually have a massive racial bonus to grapple, as well as monsters just usually having really bloated hit die counts, so their base attack bonus is through the roof. You know, in addition to also just having more strength and dex than players have. In Pathfinder 2nd edition. Yeah, grappling is generally much more fair, I think, in Pathfinder. Now, I can't speak for 2E, but at least Pathfinder 1st edition. Also, I like the fact that maneuvers, like Sunder and Grapple and all that stuff, are just unified into CMB and CMD. Because it just becomes much more efficient to specialize into combat maneuvers. And also much quicker to write out stat blocks, because that's just a unified stat. So you can just, get +2 CMB or whatever from a source. Speaking of level ups with no stats, That being said, though, grappling is still a miserable system in first edition Pathfinder. Like just the flow of like the order of operations and stuff to perform grapples and stuff is still annoying as hell. And yeah, in like 3.5 and to a lesser extent 1E Pathfinder, you know, the best way to not get grappled is to just get your touch AC up high enough that the initial touch attack misses you. Because, you know, touch AC saves lives. And the fact that 5th edition does not have touch AC, or flat-footed AC for that matter, I don't know if I like that. Like the thing with touch AC is it means that dexterity-driven characters are inherently better than heavy armor characters. Because armor doesn't count towards touch AC unless you get some kind of special feature to make it count. Whereas dexterity does count by default, as does, you know, or, you know, deflection bonuses become way, way more valuable because those work on touch AC. Also, a lot of things that hit touch AC, you know, do not allow a save because they have an attack roll instead of a save roll. And, like, the fact that casters only have half base attack bonus tends to be completely irrelevant because they are, if they're hitting against AC at all, it's touch AC, which for most creatures, especially monsters, especially non-humanoid monsters, touch AC tends to be non-existent. Like a great worm red dragon, for example, you know, like which is like a CR 28, has a touch AC of 2 because it has 10 dexterity. So its touch AC is +0, but it's a colossal creature, so its size bonus is -8, leaving it with a resulting touch AC of 2. So you hit on a 2. You know, you can't miss unless you roll a 1. So the fact that, you know, you've got an attack bonus of nothing is irrelevant. So in that touch spell probably does not have a save. So the fact that the dragon has, you know, the fact that its worst save is like +30, which is its reflex save, it's just totally irrelevant. Oof. 35 to Jeddah. And fully grown anacondas. Now, those have, speaking of creatures with a good grapple check. Alright, did I ever show you guys my, my quest journal that I made for my players for my last D&D campaign? Or the character sheet I created for, for one of my players to, automate the stats of his animal companion. The animal companion sheet was actually pretty cool. I was actually pretty proud of that. So, Illithid Shadow Council. Ooh. Also, on the subject of some of my favorite creatures, or books with good creatures in them, Anarok, the City of Shadows, which has Sharns in it, which are some of the coolest creatures ever made in any D&D book. Fa Manachura, nope. Despite farming up hundreds of eggs since that got released, I have not gotten the drop. Oh. I mean, I have not farmed enough Fa Zero, because I don't have all my weapons maxed out yet. You know, we need to get back into doing Fa Zero. I hate just hosting for JP Randos and joining JP Randos. Actually, I hate joining randos in general. This dumb wyvern here. This stupid wyvern wants to do things the hard way. And when we could have done things the easy way. But, I was hoping they would actually move up side by side so Dan could AoE them, but no such luck. So, also, gotta say, the, in 5th edition, Elder Brains really got nerfed hard. Because a 3rd edition Elder Brain was a minimum CR 25. Yeah, 3rd edition Elder Brain is absolutely horrifying. I'm assuming we just need to move Dan up onto the stairs, and that'll end the battle. Nope. I guess we actually just have to kill everything? This is just a mandatory kill everything battle, I guess? I'm gonna drop a save state just in case. And we'll just send our flyers over there to go deal with it, since they can just shortcut through the walls. I mean, I also need to do more Hexatokage as well. You know, because I still have Draconic weapons that need uncapped. You know, plus then the final uncap on the Dark Opuses as well. Not to mention, you know, I have not gotten my 30 gold M3 animas to unlock Origin classes. I have to keep grinding that, but I have no playtime. So... It's hard to grubble properly when I'm working, you know, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. Actually, I left the house this morning at 9 a.m. I got home at 7:30. I could actually. Though healer levels just kind of don't mean much. And I think we're basically at the end of the game anyway, so... There's probably only a couple of battles left. Maybe like one more chapter after this. So I don't think it matters. I need more bricks, that's for sure. I need bricks at all. But, you know, Poopy Akasha just doesn't drop them for me. Ever. Oh, come on. Really, game? Really? You're gonna do me like that? Now we gotta click through a whole round just to loop back to the next turn. Also, how did Shane do so little damage? Normally he does 40. To these guys specifically. Or at least... Yeah, normally he does 40 damage. Whatever. Mission accomplished. Okay. 80 XP for free. Very nice. And they're just giving us free levels at this point. Level 50 seems like a nice round number to be hitting the end game with. I love that Carl emote. Though, I don't know, I think the "It's over and we're back" emotes are actually my favorite. We're gonna drop a save state in here. How in the hell did you damned rebels sneak inside here? Hey, Tusk. Oh, Brian. Is it really you? What are you doing here? I'm the protagonist. Where else would I be? I heard that your army is disbanding. Why is Arcadia invading Cobalt's domain? It's because your empire has abandoned Cobalt. He's an outlaw. Can you accept that? He was betrayed. No. Cobalt exceeded his authority and committed crimes against the Arcadian people. As long as he lives, peace will never return to this land. We have orders to execute him. That was a fine speech. The problem is, you must kill me before you execute anyone. Listen, Tusk, both Balformia and Arcadia told us to take possession of the Executor. So drop that stolen weapon right now. Why should I? You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Because that sword, which was forged with eternal hatred, may be the true Phantom of Faust. Its use will lead to another sea of bloodshed, far worse than even the Millennium War. Everything that exists will turn into nothingness. Haven't you realized that by now? The Brian Stelbart I knew never waxed so eloquent on matters of ethics. Well, we had a little bit of a character arc since Chapter 1. Huh? But I've always valued life, Tusk. You of all people should know that too. Yeah, I guess we should have maybe kept it secret that we were here to kill everybody. Oh, never mind. I'll be waiting for you on the top floor. This is between you and me. So, come up alone. That is, if you're not afraid. Fine. You're not gonna try to stop me, are you? Who do I look like? That control freak Kome? Get her done, Brian. This reckoning has been overdue for a long time. No matter what happens upstairs, Tusk will not go unpunished. I'll see to that if necessary. Thanks, Ein, old friend. Yeah, we just gotta show Tusk our ethics meter and show him that it's full and let him know like, hey, you know, things are different. Things are different now. Finally, we're alone. Giggity. Tusk, that sword, the Executor. It really is evil beyond our wildest imagination. Maybe I am the chosen one with the power to control it. Regardless, I can't turn back now. Of course you can. Cobalt is an outcast now. If you must serve the Empire, leave here. Go to the mainland. Something I must know. What went wrong between you and Lucia? Why didn't you go back to her after the war? Was it because you knew how I felt about her? Tusk, you have it all wrong. Do I? Did you abandon her because you felt pity for me? Tusk, I need you to touch some grass. Enough stalling. I'll kill you for breaking Lucia's heart. This will prove how I feel about her. Have you become so twisted inside you can't even listen to what I have to say? Shut up! When you die, I'll be rid of your curse forever. Can, I have to wonder. Alright, I'm gonna actually drop another save state here, because I want to kind of mess around a little bit. What happens if we just try to leave? I mean, if we just, like, stall for a bit. Okay, this is the bottom of the map right here. Like, I doubt, seriously, we can stall. Since you're so pathetic, I'll teach you something. Don't forget it. This is my special technique. Spiral edge. Ow. I'm kind of curious, like, can we throw here? If we let Tusk win, does something interesting happen? Or does it just game over? I assume... but I still have unfinished business. Yeah, okay, it's just a game over screen. Okay, nothing, Alright, alright, doesn't look like we have any options there. Besides, you know, we just, you know, trade 2 blows. Though, I guess if you somehow got to this point with Brian critically underleveled, would you be soft-locked? I guess that's why there's a random battle out on the map. And why you had the ability to leave between battles. So you could level up Brian if you hadn't at this point. I was like, because like if you were much lower level than we are, Tusk would have the ability to one-shot you. Like, if we were only, like, level 40, I don't know if we'd be able to survive that attack. I mean, we would actually be in, like, a soft lock. Yeah. Now, fortunately, Brian's special attack does enough damage that I think two-shotting him is more or less guaranteed. Unless you were actively sandbagging Brian's level to something unreasonably low. But yeah, I think, like, that's how that fight is supposed to go. It's just, you kind of trade specials, but you go first, so you get to two-shot him before he two-shots you. Battle is over. You annihilated the enemy. Rip. So I guess you actually, I guess you, like, get an automatic ethics hit for that battle that you just can't avoid. Which, we've had those in the past, so it's really no surprise. Tusk. Lucia loved you. She didn't want you to worry. I promised her I would bring you back home. Damn it, Tusk. I tried to... Brian, the pain. It's not your fault. Take care of Lucia, and take this sword. Defeat Cobalt. You can do it. I'll never forget how it was in the old days. I've always admired your gentle spirit. Really. Starting when we were kids in the village. We had so much fun. The three of us romping through the countryside together. Even then, the pain. I kept it secret, but don't worry. It's gone now, Brian. The sort of promised war crimes. Brian, I want you to... Yes, Tusk? What do you want me to do? Tusk, no! Cobalt. You motherless son of a hellhound. I'll see your head on a pike. You called, Brian Stelbart? You have come a long, long way, my friend. Shut your face, you bastard. I'll be waiting for you. Hurry to my palace with that sword. I can sense strong energy waves emanating from the Executor. That means you are a superior warrior to Tusk. Could it be you are the chosen one? Everyone believes you're the Phantom of Faust. Perhaps you really are. I'll get you, you gloating abomination. That man, my friend Tusk, served you well. So now you can laugh him off like he was nothing? You hear me? I'm coming for you. Oh, Brian, you made it. You were right about Tusk, Connolly. He didn't hate me in the end. Yeah, we've got a weapon of mass destruction, so, yeah, we can just do whatever we want now. I know. I'm happy to see you, but so very sorry about your friend. Anyway, you still have us. I don't know what to say. That's not like you, Ein. But I understand what you mean, and thank you. My friend, Tusk Breastplate, who left our village with me to fight for justice and had the weirdest last name in the world, has perished. His ending revealed a secret, something that lay hidden deep inside him since childhood. That, along with the corruption of Balformia, Rosetsu, Cobalt, and finally my own foul hand, spelled the swan song of a destiny that may have been doomed from the start. So, my dear childhood friend Lucia, I won't be bringing our dear Tusk home after all. I don't know what I can say that will console either one of us. I hate this war. But, given the cards that were stacked against Tusk his whole life, we can't look back. Today, I burn with a single-minded passion. Let the combined armies of Balformia, Arcadia, and Cobalt try to stop me. My life has but one purpose, and that is to finish Cobalt with a sword called the Executor. The very weapon he planned to use for holding the world hostage, or, failing that, to unleash the Four Sages again and destroy the whole planet this time. Yes, if this sword really holds the fate of Mildred Gars inside its deadly atoms, I'll see that energy focused on General Cobalt's vital organs if it's the last thing I do. Well, yeah, that is in fact what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go, Area 12, the Emblem of Justice. Well, that sure sounds like the final chapter to me. Yeah, and yeah, it's the whole reason we couldn't just advance on Cobalt. And yeah, now we're gonna do it. We're just gonna go bum rush the bastard and, end the war. Brian and Guerrilla Unit 3 drew closer to Luxidol with each passing day. Meanwhile, the world held its collective breath, awaiting the inevitable clash and outcome. Considered collaborators in Arcadia, and having no sponsors in the Balformian Empire, Luke Hegmeyer and Bart Balthicus sailed their dwindling honor on Cobalt's sinking ship. Stoically, the two Commodores awaited their final battles with Guerrilla Unit 3. Well, looks like we've got ourselves a final boss rush. Oh yeah. Our turnabout was mind-boggling as we confronted remnants of the very army we deserted. Pursuing us from this capital, Tusk's Bloody Rose outfit had been ordered to kill us on sight. Now, we're returning as the legitimate army, while our former pursuers were declared outlaws. We were told to recover the Executor and bring the dictator of Scudelia to justice. Everyone knew what that meant. A fight to the death with General Cobalt himself. If the people who spoke of our destinies had this in mind, they were much smarter than we. For all we had really done was march a soldier's path, following orders and trying to survive. Those stupid-ass artillery people haven't got a brain in their fool noggins. I mean, damn, they almost blew us into matchsticks along with the freaking gate. Wouldn't that be a kick? To march all this distance, stand in front of our final objective, and get blown to hell and gone by friendly fire? Calm down, Ein. We're still walking and talking, so a miss is as good as a mile, huh? Let's make our move before the enemy has time to rush up from behind those houses. Now let's go shopping in that store over there first. And risk getting popped by Cobalt's commandos? Oh, relax. Cobalt doesn't have any commandos. They're dug in, I'm telling you, like always. Damn it, Kome. You don't know squat about Luxidol. Where's our intelligence briefing when we need one? Hey, did I just hear someone take my name in vain? Sorry I'm late, soldiers. Well, speak of the devil. Commander Kome? Yeah, those blockheads in the High Command wouldn't authorize the use of the cannon. So, I sort of borrowed it. Then that means you were the artillery unit? Damn it, Kome, you scared the piss out. Not one more word. I was wrong to just sit on my ass back at headquarters and hope that peace would come. Everyone seems to have forgotten that the war will not be won until justice is served. I couldn't stand not knowing if this unit was alive or dead. I'm still a warrior after all. I thought you were just an old man, but I guess there's more to you than that. What in the hell are you wolfing about, sonny boy? I'm still on active duty, you know? Well, we don't really have any money, because we spent it all in the last town, but I guess we can buy some healing items, if nothing else. Don't get me wrong, I'm just a merchant, but, I may sell weapons and supplies to the Balformian army, but that doesn't mean I sell them my soul. Listen, pal, if I wanted to hear a speech, I'd catch a cart back to Belclad. Just show us what you have, Show us what you have that is better than the weapons we're carrying, and make it snappy. Okay, sir, don't get excited. Your army has conquered almost all of Arcadia. How may I be of service? Rowdy spear, sledgehammer, phalanx. $31 on the phalanx. Versus 24 on the rowdy spear. And wow, Dan gets another weapon. It's only 2 points better than his last one, so we'll let that one slide for now. We gotta. I mean, he already hits hard enough. If you're looking for General Cobalt, his palace is due north of here. Someone said he's ringed himself with the strongest fighters in Scudalia. Now, interestingly, the Sword of Promised War Crimes is not actually in Brian's inventory. So I guess it's not actually a weapon we can use in battle. It's just a story item. Or it's a story MacGuffin, I should say. Almost everyone has run away, but I don't have anywhere to go. Life isn't worth living anyway. Do what you will with me and get it over. I don't care anymore. We're just passing through. Be safe until the fighting ends. Maybe things will get better. Brian thinks that maybe something nice will happen. Why the fuck would anything nice ever happen? Hurrah for the rebels. Don't assume that everyone here is a knee-jerk fan of the Empire. Please don't kill me. I didn't do anything. Hey, old lady. Who do you think we are, anyway? Rebels? Yes, but before we became rebels, we were deserters from the Balformian army. You know, we got tired of them marauding around Arcadia, killing people like you. You did? He's right. That's why we joined the rebels in the first place. Now, is that really true? Look, if we're lying, would we be standing here trying to explain why you shouldn't worry? Yeah, I believe you now. Hey, I'll spread the word that Arcadia means us no harm. When everyone heard the rebels were coming, many of our citizens fled into the countryside. The Empire's troops said your army would slaughter everything in sight. Is that true? If that was our way, also, why would we need to rebel? Cobalt Temple. Up there. Luxidol. Looks like we got about 1, 2... think we got about 3 battles, maybe? Maybe more than that? 3 or 4 battles left in the game? Hey, how's it going, old man? Did you know they took my job away from me? All I've got left to do now is march in place to this to the repetitious martial music. After the war's over, I will dedicate myself, along with Eris, to helping those who were badly injured in combat. Cobalt. Cobalt is calling us. But try not to be afraid. No matter what some may say, everyone will fight hard. I'm sorry about Tusk, but others love you. Others love you who will not lose their way. So let's go. All we can do now is move forward, do whatever we must, and fulfill our destinies. For the sake of Arcadia and its children who wish to attend school safely, I will fight until the very end. I believe I developed only about half of my potential. Nevertheless, I want to return home after the war is over. Of course, the war is not over. You and I both know we have many loose ends. They used us as bargaining chips without consulting us first? I can't forgive them for that. The rest of the Arcadian army are a bunch of wimps. That's fine. We'll beat Cobalt anyway. Where's Lord Luke? Could he have abandoned Cobalt? I don't want to fight him. Well, here we are on Luxidol's doorstep. Are you gonna be okay? Just tell us what to do. We're almost done. True peace lies just a few battles ahead. Hang in there, Commander. I know I am not as strong as my father, but unfortunately, I may be forced to confront him. He's making a huge mistake serving Cobalt. So what other choices do I have? Don't let your grief distract you from the ordeals ahead. We still need you to lead us. Thanks for letting me come with you, from wherever I was when I found you. By the way, who are you people? At last, we are close to the end. I will give it everything I have. Finally, a full offensive. Let's do it. Destroy the Golnarim and Dragonute oppression. What? Is this really the final battleground for us? I can't tell you how exciting it is. Your unit has conquered 12 provinces and is now preparing to take down the capital city. Have you given any thought about what you might do once the war is over? No, because that's how you raise death flags. No one could agree on a course of action, including I. So I asked myself these questions. How might Brian approach this challenge? And what would he be willing and able to do? That's how I decide what we should do about Cobalt. Supreme Commander Kome. Are you prepared to settle this thing, old man? Lord Balficus. With all due respect, I only allow one person to call me old man. Look, Bart, we have nothing to settle. The Arcadian Liberation Army, by military fiat, with the acquiescence of your Empire Senate, now exercises autonomous control over Arcadia. Therefore, your General Cobalt has no authority. He's even less than a lame duck. Instead, we offer you terms of surrender. Return to your former fiefdom with your son. There, you will formally transfer power to an acting governor who has been appointed by the Republic of Arcadia. Your Arcadian army and republic be hanged. As for ceding my power, democracy will never work. Common people are too stupid in affairs of governance to be granted self-determination. Governor Cobalt is a mere upstart anyway, whose meteoric surge will soon pass. As for the short-sighted Balformian Senate, it didn't need to eschew its faith in our eventual pacification of the Scudelian Peninsula. That's right, you and the other Commodores never accepted the lethality of the Four Sages. Tusk and that sword nonsense. Just more ingenuous Golnarine posturing. If you really believe that, then you are truly hopeless. So, where do we go from here? Since I have no place in your new order or the Empire, I will fight to retain my autonomy. However, for old time's sake, I will allow you to just walk away. What? We didn't march all the way here just to turn around and do some more walking. Kome, your overzealous hothead warrior just reminded me I've been wasting my breath. I will take back my fiefdom and Scudelia starting now. I've heard that Lord Balficus's army is the strongest enemy force in Arcadia. Are you up to the task, Brian? I don't care who or what stands between me and Cobalt. You gave him a chance to surrender. If Bart won't step aside, then we'll go through his army to reach Cobalt's lair. Lord Bart Balficus, one of Cobalt's 4 Commodores, has made his decision. Take him. Alright. That is a lot of Mark Troopers. Some new Wyverns. That are kind of spooky looking. Oval Rays. Slightly stronger than the old Zombos, but not by much. 2 healers over here that we need to be mindful of. And Bart, who... 70 defense. Alright, he's gonna... he is gonna take a few hits to kill. Even if the healers don't really get to him. And he's got some kind of special, presumably, since he has MP. But hey, Dan started at the front of the pack this time, so that's a good start. Huh. Nice try. I'm not sure if those so-called armors actually do anything. Super crit. 53 damage. Two whole damage. Top Keck. Uh... 9 damage, no big deal. Though we do have to assume the actual boss will probably hit us pretty hard. Oh, really? This is actually gonna hurt. The other knight's gonna do the same thing, probably. Yep. How did I guess? What? Rip. Holy hell. $55 damage? Good God. Alright, take two. Did not expect that thing to be able to get such a higher damage roll. So, yep. He grossly underestimated that guy. And we paid for it. Alright, one trooper down. Yeah, let's go just smash these healers. Oh, really? Freaking cartwheeling clerics dodging my attacks. Alright, he's gonna try to hit Dan and probably not do much damage. Yeah, 14 whole damage. Or damage, if you prefer. This might actually kill Shane from full health. What? I mean... Okay. Take 3. They will just take the one-shots if they can get them. So, Alright, let's try this again. Mine takes 1 damage. I guess anybody even just, like, vaguely squishy. I mean, well, these, the Quadra Slice skill these knights have is just so damaging. Like, Royce would get one-shotted also. Jetta gets 2-shotted. Yeah, Jetta can't really step up much either. At least until these knights are dead. Once the knights are dead, everything gets easier. Like, those zombies just don't matter. The boss might matter, though. I'm actually worried about what kind of damage he can inflict. And we'll let Dan try to attract some aggro up here. By going up for the kill shot on this trooper. Alright, nice level up. 80 HP and defense, that is what he's there for. Now hopefully, him, yeah, being a little bit... him being 1 HP off of max hopefully made him more of a target there. And hopefully he stays the highest priority target. So now we can just deal with the knights and just move up with relative impunity. Crit for 3 damage. Oh noes. Moranius leveled up when got nothing. And we don't actually have to kill these healers, we just have to run them out of MP. One damage. Oh noes. Yeah. Oh, the zombies actually have ranged attacks now? Alright, level up for Brian. Very good. And Dan, the lizard man with the plan, is gonna actually get to do some damage. Nice. 87 XP, very nice. Four damage. Oh no. Get these healers out of the way. And then we should be ready to just go bum rush the boss. Yeah, should being the keyword here. Oh, come on. You know, they really want to keep dogpiling Dan, and that's okay. This should hopefully do 61 damage and just kill him outright. 69. Nice. Royce is probably dead. Get ready to die, puny insects. Oh, only 15 damage. Oh, it's just lightning breath. Okay. We can deal with that. Does anybody have, like, really bad lightning resist? I think everyone's pretty okay in that regard. If anyone has bad lightning resist, though, they need to back off. Jetta probably needs to back off. Everybody else is fine, though. Dan is gonna need a heal at some point. But let's see how hard we can just beat up Bart. If we can just... We've got enough actions left this round, we might be able to just DPS him down. 29 damage off of that, okay. Alright, yeah, he's got a lot of defense. So... I'm gonna have to kind of throw the kitchen sink at him a bit. That's okay. We can do that. .21 damage. Which gets him soundly within one-hit kill range on the next turn. So he will not get to act again. If he even makes it that far. Which he might not. Well. Alright, now he gets to live to see next turn. He just doesn't get to act next turn. Mission accomplished. 1,922 shells. 70 XP across the board. Father. Oh, Richard. You've surrounded yourself with a fine group of friends indeed. If only you had heeded my words earlier, or surrendered. We each have our ways, son. Why should my self-righteousness be more frail than yours? As I did to the end, my son, be faithful to who you are and follow your own heart. Father, why? Ryan, you should return to duty, serving Balformia as the Phantom of Faust. No, even if I am some kind of chosen one, I will never fight for that evil empire again. But a man with your skills, Scudelia is much too small for you to tap your full potential. Go, return to the continent. There you will find room to grow into a full measure of the man. Lord Balticus, to die in the company of the purest warriors in Scudelia. Farewell, Geria Unit 3, and, bleh. Well, there's one segment of, the boss rush. Let's see, it is a little after 11 here. And, if you have to start wiping the map of those dangerous units, yeah, I think we have enough, of a buffer that we're probably okay. If we have to do like a mandatory kill everyone fight that counts against us, I think we have enough of a buffer. At least it seems like you're allowed to eat, or it seems like you're allowed to build a little bit of a buffer into the Feda range, so you can take a hit or two and not get downgraded. Which makes sense, since sometimes you're forced to take an alignment hit. Let's drop a save state. Alright, it is a little after 11 here. Looks like we've got at least 2 more bosses, because we've got the last of the Commodores, and then Cobalt himself. So we've got like 2 or 3 battles, probably, left in the game. But we will save those for tomorrow. We will probably finish the game tomorrow. Unless there's a lot more to this last chapter than I expect. Yeah, look forward to that. We will probably wrap this up tomorrow. And yeah, for everyone out there in VOD land, yeah, we'll look forward to episode 14. That'll probably be the last episode. of this series. The if that last battle was any indication, enemies at this point are kind of rough. Being able to one-shot our less than tanky units is a little scary. So we may have to actually be a little more tactical than usual here. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes when we get there. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Tim. I will see y'all back for probably the conclusion tomorrow. Good night.